So, hello, everyone, and welcome back to Divine Rebel. My name is Racey, and I'm going to be giving the message for you today is a general message. So take it as it resonates and leave it if it doesn't. If it doesn't, don't force it to fit. There are plenty of other wonderful readers on YouTube that just might resonate more with you at this time. For those of you not familiar with me or the channel, I do use profanity and talk about adult things. I don't sugarcoat my readings, so if that is not your thing or you have children around or just don't appreciate that kind of a message, I'm respectful of that. I'm always giving you the opportunity to sign off now. Otherwise, Libra, or Scorpio, you might be wanting to watch Libra's reading if you have strong Libra placements, okay? Especially if you're a cusper. All right, so Scorpio, this is your April forecast. I do apologize for the lateness. You guys know I was dealing with some health issues at the beginning of the month, and now I am back and in tip-top shape, so I'm here. I'm going to be doing the reading first half of the month, second half of the month, so that you guys know kind of where you've been and where you're going, and then I'm going to pull a guidance card on what best advice we can give you to kind of move through those energies as you transition from the first half to the second half. All right? So Scorpio and Scorpionic energy, if you have strong Scorpio placements in your chart. Scorpio and Scorpionic energy, Spirit, please give us some insight for Scorpio. What is going on with Scorpio and Scorpionic energies? What is going on with Scorpio and Scorpionic energies? All right. First half of the month and clarifiers. Second half of the month and clarifiers. All right, so the top of the deck we have the Temperance in the back face. Bottom of the deck we have the Knight of Pentacles. So Scorpio, with this energy, and we do have the Hanged Man's little, hanger there, and he is present in your reading at the beginning of the month. And I think what you're doing is wondering whether or not you are sticking yourself with something, if you're being too cautious, if you're moving too slow, if things aren't moving at all, maybe between you and another or the current situation. This is your higher perspective consulting your ground crew reality, right? This is your mind and your heart looking at the reality of things, and you're wondering if you've chosen something that's stagnating or going to stagnate and leave you in this kind of stalemate situation where there's no progress, right? Or if it's just one of those slow and steady wins the races. I think you're kind of going back and forth with that. With the energy, I think you're wondering if what love truly is there or not, because this night is in a desert. There's no water there. There's no love energy there. And so you're wondering, like, even if someone has love for you, are they really showing you that with their actions? Or is it simply not moving, right? Is it simply just not moving? With that said, the first half of the month, we do start with the Hanged Man and the Death card in the back face. And so, I think what you're doing for the first half of the month, I think you are seeing things from a perspective of feeling stuck and knowing that that's what's transforming, that stagnancy is transforming, or at least wanting to transform. We also have the Wheel of Fortune with the Emperor. So, you guys had a really major start to the month. I mean, we have 4 major arcana here. We have 4 major arcana, and that's a big deal. You want fortune to turn in your favor, and that depends on your actions, your choices, your executive decision making. With the first half, like, if you know that something is stagnant and you know that needs to transform, and you know that you need to be free in your ability to create whatever life it is that you want to create, you definitely need to end old patterns, Definitely throw the rule book to the side. This is not about a matter of the rule book or what should be done, shouldn't be done, what you think you want. Because if you're putting expectations on other people, it's because you're not holding yourself to your own high standard here. And that needs to change, and that those actions need to be taken. Okay, those actions need to be taken. I'm also getting this feeling that you're not necessarily on the quote-unquote wrong path. I think you're right where you're meant to be. It's a matter of shifting the thoughts or shifting the patterns within yourself. You can't react the same way. You can't do the same things you've always done without incorporating something new in that quote unquote routine, right? Something has to shift inside of it. It's not like you have to nix the entire thing, because there's good qualities and bad qualities in everything. It's a matter of identifying what it is that you do enjoy and what you do like and what does bring peace to your experience and what aspects of that doesn't, and starting to rectify or find solutions for the things that aren't working by making little shifts and tweaks in your own behavior, your own choices, or your own, self-belief or belief on how that is supposed to be with other people. Now, for the second half of the month, we have the Three of Cups, clarified by the King of Pentacles, with the Devil card in the back face clarified by the Eight of Coin. So with this is about being distracted, right? Third-party situations, distractions, and narcissistic energies. Because whenever I use this deck, the King of Pentacles is my narcissist card. Because you can see he's a smug motherfucker. All he really cares about is his money. He's in the shadow. He's not in his light element. He's not looking at freedom or abundance or anything like that. He's stuck on his throne and worrying about 3D things, and he's kind of spoiled, and there's definitely this distraction kind of energy where maybe you don't want to compete, right? Maybe you don't want to compete with these distractions, and it's almost like someone you're asking for someone to prioritize you, but that's not happening. Right, I'm not saying that they are a narcissist, but it's this narcissistic archetypal energy that's being highlighted in them where you're not the priority, like they are the priority for you, right? Or vice versa, right? Take it how it resonates for you in your situation. This is not wanting to have to share your time or your love or your efforts and what you're creating with an outside influence that truly is just a distraction from the authentic path. The Devil in the back face and the Eight of Coin. I think someone is having a hard time putting in the work to turn their back on their inner demons or their inner shadows, or whoever the third party outer influence is distracting away from the actual priority. Because I feel like whatever it is that your soul is aligned with, I do think that you understand the connection between you and another, and there's something in the way, okay? And there's something in the way, and that's an issue. That's an issue. Could be dealing with Capricorn energy or have strong Cap in your chart too, which you might want to take a look at and start to understand, especially because we do have the King of Coin here. Capricorn cards. And I think that needs to be addressed, which might definitely need to be the actions being taken, right? Knowing that something needs to alchemize, knowing that something's stagnating, knowing that some kind of, because we have the Justice card under that, knowing that something has to give, knowing that some kind of balance needs to come into play for the month of April. I mean, really, we got 8 cards here, and 5 of them are major arcana. I'm also getting this feeling of still looking at it wrong, okay? There's this energy, that this hanged man that's kind of carrying through to the entire reading. You're seeing things wrong. I think there are expectations, which Capricorn energy is known for, setting expectations on others, but not necessarily doing it, like actually taking charge and doing or accepting whatever it is as okay, but trying to change things from an egoic place of how you want it, but not necessarily being considerate of someone else and needing to put in the work to make it right. Not necessarily like 3D work, although that could very much be what it is, but needing to put in the soul work. Needing to put in the soul work. All right, Spirit, what guidance card, please, for Scorpio? What card above all other cards can help them transition from the first half to the second half of April? That's too many. What card above all others, please, for Scorpio? We're going to take the one that flipped up. What are these? Defend to the end the worthwhile. Heaven sent. All right. And we got trust yourself. We got trust yourself. Okay. You know what's worth defending. You know what your quote unquote gift from God is in this life or in this moment. You know what is essentially meant for you. You've got to be able to trust yourself. You've got to be able to defend what it is that is important to you, whether it is your job, your spirituality, your authenticity, a person that you're divinely connected to. You need to understand what is worth defending, and you need to trust yourself, and that it doesn't have to be the way you see it. It doesn't have to be the way you want to see it unfold. You have to understand that you're in alignment and that other people are healing through things. You can't control the rate, the speed of their healing. You can't make them do anything they are not authentically ready to do, and you can't hold that shit against them either. If you love someone, you have to love someone wholly and fully, and you can't say, well, I have a hard time loving you when you're not doing this, or I have a hard time loving you when you're doing shit like that. Because then you're loving someone with conditions. And that's not actually love. That's conditions. That's a transaction. I'll love you more when you do this. I'll love you more when you do less of that. I'll love you this way or I'll love you that way, if and when. That's a transaction. That's not actually love, okay? That's not actually love. And if you're in that mindset of, well, they're not doing it, so I'm just not attracted to them right now, well, the answer is, what don't you love about yourself? That you're projecting it at someone else, that you're being distracted, right? Think about that. You've got to be the emperor in your life. You've got to do the work that you need to do for yourself. You need to not hold those expectations on other people that you love, because anytime you set up expectations with someone, you're bound to fail, right? The devil creeps in and it's bound to fail. You get distracted. So don't get distracted, especially not by money, especially not by obligations and things like that, or expectations. So keep it in mind. Scorpio, I hope that helps. All of my information is in the description if you want more from me, and I do recommend just checking out the community tab on the channel. I do the cosmic currencies every day to kind of give you an idea of what is going on cosmologically speaking. It's kind of like the daily energies and what everybody is collectively moving through and going through. So until next time, guys, Divine Rebel Racey signing off. Love each other, and most importantly, love yourselves. Bye, guys.